Hi, my name is Carlos, and today we're going to be talking about The Graduate. I think it's safe to say that editors are always looking to do something unique with the montage that they're creating. Instead of just having a traditional shot-reverse shot conversation.
Hello, are you Mac?
Yeah, what's happening?
You called about your neighbors?
No.
Maybe they'll want to involve the audience a little more. They can do this maybe by intercutting separate audio and visuals together.
Had me worried about you. I guess you getting grown.
Putting us in a dazed state shared with the character. Or they can externalize the character's emotions a bit more by cutting rapidly to help show their physical pain. Or maybe not cutting at all to show bliss. And the thing I love best about The Graduate is that it took everything we knew about editing emotions prior to it and cast it out the window.
Where is she?
Hello, get me the police, please.
Where is Elaine?
I'll be with you in a moment, Benjamin. Do you have a patrol car in the vicinity of 1200 Glenview Road? Good, we have a burglar here. Just a second, I'll ask him. Are you armed?
Not only this, but it also serves as a great prelude to the change that would occur in the next couple of years for film. The first sequence I want to make note of uses editing to convey an emotion, specifically discomfort.
Thank you.
Right.
Before The Graduate, discomfort was portrayed visually by an actor's facial expressions in a close-up. Or maybe the film just relays the character's emotions to us through dialogue.
Henry, I'm afraid. Terribly afraid.
Or even there will be an entire scene focusing on the character's discomfort with conversations and facial expressions.
You make me strange. Even to the disposition that I owe.
But The Graduate takes editing emotions and makes a unique structure out of an entire scene.
Would you mind walking ahead of me to the sun porch?
Here, Benjamin drops off Miss Robinson at her house. The scene builds and seems pretty technically standard.
What do you drink? Bourbon?
But the content of the scene is something that was rather risque at the time.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
Referencing a quote from Alexander McKendrick, what the director really directs is the audience's attention. And in this scene, director Mike Nichols does this by using those technical conventions to build up an anticipation for the whole movie to be pretty technically standard while being thematically radical.
Don't move!
It's a style that in one sudden moment changes our whole perspective of the film. If you take a step back and look at this scene as a whole, it almost acts like a workout session of sorts. First, we get the warm-up. There's nothing too excessive here, but we still get a taste of what the scene is about. Then, we get into the workout, the critical point of the scene.
Will you unzip my dress?
It is here that the editing suddenly becomes an external reference to Benjamin's emotions, pure discomfort. Notice how editor Sam Osteen uses a triple take edit of Ben turning around to face Miss Robinson to further heighten the subjectivity of the scene, and also inserts blink and you miss it shots of her body, almost as if Ben is sneaking a peek and being somewhat tempted to please her. And when Ben finally manages to get out of the room, the part afterwards acts almost as a cool down from the moment before. The subjective editing is behind us, but there are little subliminal moments played out here that act as repercussions of the bedroom confrontation. An order to Benjamin,
Don't get up.
the irony in a comment,
Doesn't he look to you like the kind of guy who has to fight him off?
Yes, he does.
and to finish the scene, a little squeal of anxiety for what's to come.
I'll see you soon, I hope.
All of these facets play out as hidden leftovers of the editing that just occurred seconds ago. Memories of a moment when everything changed. This serves as a reminder that if the montage was innovative in every moment of the scene, then the moment when it matters the most suddenly becomes standard. This is a result of Osteen's philosophy on the structure of a film. Movie first, scene second, and moment third. It's ideas like this that allow us to see what's going on in Benjamin's head at the most critical point without compromising the whole feel of the moment and risking banality.
Would you like me to seduce you?
What?
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
The essential moments of editing in The Graduate don't stop here, however. Specifically, the transitions within this film manage to merge scenes together and make it feel more like one single part. Dialogue is used to carry over from one clip
Elaine's back from school. I think think it might be a nice gesture if you asked her out.
to the next.
Suppose she's not good enough for you, is that it?
Look, Elaine Robinson and I do not get along.
Or even from one scene
Good night.
Oh, wait a minute.
to the other.
Will you wait a minute, please?
But the most notable of transitions within the whole film is an entire montage. Not only does this help to show the passage of time, but it emphasizes the feeling that Benjamin has about his graduate life. Repetitive and slow. Director Nichols and editor Osteen put together clips of Ben at home with clips of him and Mrs. Robinson at the hotel by limiting what the audience can see, again directing their attention, and then showing the transition between the locations. This emphasizes the redundancy of Ben's meetings with her, and how he is beginning to be unable to tell the difference between when he's living his life at home, and when he's seeking to enjoy himself with Mrs. Robinson. He even tries to add something new to the mix, smoking, as shown in the same montage, but it doesn't help cure Ben's boredom because it's purely material. It only helps to build the emotion within the movie to a climaxing point when he finally meets Elaine again.
Hello.
Hello.
This is that newness that Benjamin needs so desperately. After having spent so much time hiding his relationship with Mrs. Robinson, he wants to be able to express himself publicly and without the shame of an affair. Elaine is his solution to this, a new, younger Robinson. This type of filmmaking and editing represents something inherent within the mindset of filmmakers in the 60s. With the advent of television, studios decided that films with larger budgets and flashier effects were key to winning over audiences, but they didn't and still don't see that a film's greatness or the greatness of film in general lies not in the scope, but the innovation behind it.
No, please!
A person can stay with the same material for decades and just produce similar films each time to a satisfying effect, but in order to win over those hearts that have been bought over by other mediums, there needs to be something new that movements like the French New Wave and New American Cinema brought to film, which fittingly occurred before and after the release of The Graduate. Not only is this a film that teaches us that great technicalities within editing can result in great filmmaking, but it also serves as a reminder that something old isn't going to keep our attention for very long, but something new, well, that might just have the potential to change the entire perspective on a single art form.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray.